Yo, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video, we're going to be talking about the line firemaking and the Char training cave update coming later this month. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into the video. Let's go. Okay guys, just a little bit of background information. The reason why they are doing this, and I have talked about this previously, it's that whole skill diversity and pushing a lot of the other skills to the forefront and making them much more not only viable in terms of XP rates, but also money per hour, and adding variety to each skill that allows you to train it the way you want. So that's why they're doing this for firemaking. Now, they admittedly said on the stream that it was actually very difficult for firemaking itself because there's not a lot going on in the skill as it already is. So it actually was kind of hard to incorporate the whole new mold that they're going with skilling diversity in and of itself. But we're going to see how they've managed to at least try to achieve that in this video. So to get started in this video, we're actually going to begin with the Char training cave activity and how it's going to change when this update launches. So first and foremost, right now it is currently a D&D. That will no longer be a case. It's not bound by that limits, and you'll be able to do the activity over and over again with no limitations. Since this is the case, they are reducing the activity itself down to 5 minutes, which it was previously 10 minutes. That also means that the XP rates are going to be slightly adjusted. Not only that, they've done some under the hood fixes that are going to make it much more easy to do now. For example, lighting the fires was previously very slow. That is now much faster and more responsive. Now, they plan for this to actually be a very viable training method for firemaking itself that will be free to do. You don't require any logs or anything like that. So you could just go over there and continuously train. Those of you who don't know, it does actually have a high level entry. You need to have completed the Firemaker's Curse, and you need to have level 91 firemaking to even do this activity. They said on the stream that it will not be as much firemaking XP as the Jadinko layers where you light the curly roots, but it is aimed to be a very good training method. It does have high intensity because you're continuously moving around, lighting those fires and making the various different patterns. So that amount of efforts will be reflected in how much XP you're gonna earn for doing it. Now, Mod Ryan on the stream actually compared it to Pyramid Plunder, saying they have a lot of similarities. For example, you're constantly moving around, interacting with things in your environment. In Pyramid Plunder, you're looting urns, dodging spike traps, etc. Whereas with this, you'll be lighting fires in various different locations, creating very different symbols each time. And both activities actually have a chance of gaining a useful item in their respective skills. For example, in Pyramid Plunder, you have the Scepter of the Gods, whereas in the Char Training Cave, you have the new Pitch Can. Based on your performance while doing the new Char training method, you get a higher chance of earning the Pitch Can, obviously if you do more work or you complete more symbols. Now just note that there will be no hero item with this update. If you don't know what that is things like the Hazelmere's Signet Ring, Orlando's hat, and recently the Tavia's Rod from Deep Sea Fishing. So they're actually not adding anything like that to this particular update. So if you're not familiar with the Pitch Can, it is a new item that will allow you to light fires quicker than before. Not only does this allow for faster firemaking with bonfires, it allows you to light fires at an extremely quick pace. Specifically when you light fires in a line, much like you would back in the day before bonfires were even a thing. Here is a video brought to you by Mod Ryan on Twitter, just to see how fast it actually is, and you can see clearly here it is really fast. It's actually important to note that this requires you to time your clicks very precisely. It's not an automatic system when you're lighting these fires in a line. And the XP and burn duration per log are reduced as well. So you actually aren't getting as much XP per log that you would on a bonfire. However, you can light far more logs per hour than you can doing a normal bonfire, ultimately making it far more XP per hour. So there is a trade-off there. You're spending more money, but you are gaining faster XP than any other method you would with that money. at least with firemaking, obviously. Now, the pitch can itself does hold charges, and you use up 1 charge per log that you have burnt. If you're curious about how to recharge these, all you have to do is complete symbols in Char's training area. So there's a reason to go back repeatedly and train at that area. Both the fully charged pitch can and the fully degraded pitch can will be tradable to other players, so there is incentive to do the mini game and make money firemaking. Who would have thought firemaking could make money? Interesting to see exactly how much these are going to be going for on launch, but any early adopters are probably going to make some pretty nice cash. Now, like with my previous video with the safe cracking for thieving, people are probably going to be curious about pet chance for this. Now, there's going to be pet chance if you're making line firemaking as it normally would no matter what, but in terms of the Char training cave, you only roll for a pet chance when you're lighting the fires to create the symbols. But the big chunk of XP you get for actually completing a symbol doesn't have a chance to gain a pet, so hopefully you jot that down in your mind and you're fully aware. Not only that, guys, putting the line firemaking aside and the Char's training cave aside, they're also adding a nice little benefit that at level 70 firemaking, you'll simply be able to light logs at a faster rate naturally than before that level. This is basically just a level milestone that once you achieve, you have this permanent unlock, much like you do with Hunter, where when you reach level 80 Hunter, you can use 5 traps instead of 4. So in that same vein, we now have an incentive for firemaking simply just getting the level 70. And obviously that level 70 firemaking speed boost does stack with the new upcoming pitch can, and that's how you're able to see those amazing firemaking speeds. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the firemaking update. I'm not entirely sure when this will come out into the live game. I'm thinking probably next Monday, if not the following Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. We're only gonna have to wait, just a couple days before we find out. And when the update day does come out, stay tuned on the channel because obviously I'm going to be covering the game update like I normally do. That being said, let me know what you guys think about the line firemaking and the new updates to the Char's training cave, the pitch can, everything we discussed in this video. Love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I am out. Peace.